Chapter 1. Shadow of Vengeance. The once majestic Olympus was now a battlefield of memories, a ruin speckled with ash and debris. Adam's boots crushed charred rubble beneath him as he stepped into the city, his eyes moving from one smoldering ruin to the next. Beside him, Athena's servos whirred quietly, her once pristine chassis now marked with scars from their battle with Levi. The broken columns, the shattered stone walls, all seemed to whisper his failures back to him. This was home, he muttered, his voice barely audible. Athena, her optics flickering in soft response, stood silent. Her loyalty was steady, unswerving, but even she could sense the weight pressing down on him. Olympus had been his sanctuary, a fortress of hope amidst the darkness of Erethon. Now it stood like a skeletal monument, a ghost of what it had once been. They walked further, passing what was left of the square. Memorials lined the walls, names etched on metal plates, each one a story, a life lost to Levi's relentless campaign. Adam's fists clenched. For every name he saw, he felt Levi's shadow looming over him, a bitter reminder of the man who had once been his closest ally, and the cost of ending him. Adam. Athena's voice broke his reverie. She was scanning, her sensors whirring softly. Unknown seismic activity detected just beyond Olympus's border. It could be remnants of Levi's tech. Adam's gaze sharpened. Levi had always been meticulous, always one step ahead. Even in death, it seemed he was still here, leaving marks, reminders. Show me. Athena projected a holographic map. Ripples of movement pulsed beneath the surface, traces of something large and mechanical. It wasn't natural. Adam felt a surge of tension twist through him. If this was Levi's doing, they weren't alone. As if on cue, a shadow moved on the ridge. Adam froze, watching as dark figures appeared, faces obscured, weapons gleaming faintly. His hand went to his sidearm, fingers brushing the grip. Wrathbound, he muttered, recognition hardening his expression. 6 figures stood, each one rigid, each one watching with unbroken intensity. The Wrathbound, Levi's elite. They had been his inner circle, sworn to his vision, bound to his vengeance. Adam remembered their faces from the battles past. Each was a formidable force, trained to dominate, destroy. One of them, taller than the rest, stepped forward. His stance was authoritative, an air of command surrounding him. Jarek, Adam realized, Levi's closest confidant, his shadow. The man's gaze bore into Adam, and in the silence of that moment, Jarek lifted his weapon, a silent vow of vengeance. The Wrathbound turned, retreating into the shadows, their message delivered. Adam felt the tension coil tighter in his chest. Olympus wasn't safe, not yet. Hours later, as he stood in the dim light of Olympus's command center, a civilian approached, breathless, eyes wide with panic. Commander Adam, rumors, there's an army building in Erethon. Mechanical beasts. Larger, more deadly than anything we've seen. Adam met Athena's gaze, the silent question passing between them. Levi's army hadn't been entirely dismantled. That much was clear. Where did you hear this? The civilian looked over his shoulder as if fearing he'd been followed. In the South Plains. We've seen them. They're waiting. Get everyone on high alert, Adam ordered, his tone colder than ice. As the civilian left, Athena stepped closer. Additional seismic activity detected, Adam. Coordinates align with Wrathbound territory. Adam exhaled sharply. They needed defenses, and fast. Levi's hidden arsenal was still out there, somewhere within Olympus's bowels. Let's see what we have left to work with. They descended into Levi's underground armory, the air thick with dust and the scent of aged metal. Adam's flashlight flickered over rows of dormant machines, weapons Levi had never deployed. Athena's optics scanned the equipment, identifying heavy artillery, mechanized suits, and technology far beyond Olympus's current capabilities. Wrathbound won't see this coming, Adam muttered. He could practically feel Levi's ghost sneering at him, but he didn't care. Olympus would survive, no matter the cost. As night fell, Adam climbed the guard tower, his eyes scanning the blackened landscape beyond. Shadows crept and slithered, movements too subtle for any human eye. But Athena was with him, her sensors extended, her vision cutting through the dark. "There," she whispered, marking the faint glow of heat signatures on the horizon. "They're coming." Adam's pulse quickened. He drew his weapon, the cold metal a reassuring weight in his hand. "Let's give them a welcome they won't forget."